Have you ever had someone look at you and tell you that you look like your parents or that they can see your parents in you? Usually, this means that you resemble one or both of your parents in some way. Now, growing up, this happened to me a lot because people would say that I looked a lot like my father. This also happens quite often with the girls, and people will make the comment to Sarah or I that they can see one or both of the girls in us, or vice versa. And I tend to think that we all look like someone. And it would make sense that the people who contributed the DNA to create us are the ones, the most likely look-alike candidates. Now, Genesis 1:27 says, "So God created mankind in his own image. In the image of God, he created them." From this, I assume that the author of Genesis didn't mean that God physically looks like us in the way that I look like my dad. But instead, I think the author of Genesis meant that we are created in the moral image of God, and our moral and ethical character is directly tied to our divine creator. This means that we share a resemblance to the God who ultimately created us, no matter where we are, no matter what we do. Now, there are a couple of hard truths to this reality, though, that I want to spend just a few moments talking about. The first hard truth is that too often we try to make God in our image instead of having ourselves made into the image of God through the gracious work of the Holy Spirit. We want to justify our attitudes and our actions by forming the character of God around our lives instead of the other way around. The second hard truth is that this severely complicates relationships with people. As a matter of fact, a similar idea troubled the disciples in Matthew 25 when Jesus said that whatever you do for the least of these, that's the hungry, the thirsty, the naked, the stranger, the prisoner, the sick, and so on, that whatever you do for the least of these, then you did it to me, or to him being Jesus, because they all shared a common creator. As we go through our daily lives and we live in relationships with others, what might it look like if we took this idea of a shared heritage and a common family resemblance seriously? What would happen if we looked beyond race or age or gender or sexual orientation or political allegiance or religious affiliation or nationality and simply saw in other people the face of God who created them and treated them the way that God would treat them? My guess is that we would not only be less critical, judgmental, and harsh, but also more patient and loving and compassionate. In summary, we would look more like Jesus. Jesus, who is the fullest example of God's nature and character that the world has ever seen. And something that our divided, hurting world needs desperately right now is a people and a church who seek to look like the God who created them and treat their neighbors with the love and respect as though they were also created and loved by God. That's what the world needs, is for you and I, for the church, to look like the God that created us and to treat others like they were created by God as well. I hope you all are doing well. I hope everyone is staying safe. But as I say in all of these videos, if you have a need of any kind, or if there's anything that we can do for you please let us know. Now, I look forward to worshiping with you all on Sunday morning at 10 o'clock, whether in person or online. Remember, there is plenty of space still available in our fellowship hall to worship. If you want to be just in a space with others to worship, even though you might be watching it on a screen, you just want to be in a space with other people. There is plenty of room still in the fellowship hall, and we also have a little bit of space left in the sanctuary typically on Sunday morning. So I look forward to worshiping with you, again, whether it's in person or online at 10 o'clock on Sunday morning. Hope you have a great rest of the day, and God bless.